Welcome to the Scottsdale Vibes Small Business Saturday. I'm Alicia Haygood, your host. I'm in studio with Tyler Martinez, the owner of Scottsdale Segway Tours. Tyler started his entrepreneurship dreams at the young age of pretty much 18, if not younger. The entrepreneur bug bit him early, and he knew he found a passion for what was going to be his life. He now owns and operates Destination Arizona Corporation, Scottsdale Segway Tours, which we're going to talk about today, along with Old Town Scooters and Elevate Business Consultants. By the way, he's only 24, and I can tell you, Tyler, at 24, I was not doing this. He's a young, fun, and ready to showcase Scottsdale in a way that you've never experienced before. So Tyler, tell me a little bit about how you, very young in life, really figured out like entrepreneurship is where your dream lies.
Yeah, it all started with my first job, actually. So I walked into a Dairy Queen, asked for a job, needed a job, 16 years old, minimum wage. So that's how it all started. And I enjoyed it to a certain extent.
Of course, yeah.
But I kind of worked my way through the rankings there, and I was a general manager at a young age at 17.
Wow.
And that gave me a look into a very successful business that was doing very well. We had P&L management. I got to see all the numbers, and I was like, wow, this owner of this Dairy Queen is doing well off this one and 12 more that he owned.
Yeah.
And so it allowed me to grow and learn, the basics of operating a business all the way through. And that's really what kind of ignited that, hey, no matter what happens, I'm going to figure this out. And this is something that I want to do. It's addicting.
Trial and error. It's every entrepreneur's life. It's really not made for everyone. I have learned that myself. I have these big goals and dreams sometimes, and it's like, yeah, I just like to stay in my lane sometimes. That's not what you can do. So tell me how Scottsdale Segway Tours came about for your next big idea.
Yeah, it's crazy how it happened. If you would have told me even a couple years ago that you would own a Segway tour business, I would have said you were crazy. I don't think anybody's dream is to, own a Segway tour company right off the bat. However, so I had moved to Arizona, just wanted something different.
Yeah.
And I love the weather in the area, found Scottsdale, of course. And then I just was going to go back into that restaurant industry background and continue with that. So
It's what you knew. Yeah,
it's what I knew. I knew I could get on with somebody. And but I saw a job posting. I'd just gotten here, and I'm like, I just need to figure this out, right? New state, didn't know anyone, and I saw Indeed job posting, Segway tour guide, $50 a tour plus tip. I was like, well, how hard could that be? I mean, 50 times, 4 tours a day. Okay, that works. So I ended up really enjoying it. You're outside, met a lot of fun people, got pretty close with the previous owner. Throughout our discussions, I just found that, he wasn't really super involved and had his, other stuff going on. So I approached him to buy it, actually. I saw the opportunity there. I saw how busy Scottsdale gets and how much fun people have in Scottsdale. So that's really when I decided, all right, this could work. And after a lot of harsh negotiating and sleepless nights, and it's worked out. So
nice. So how long have you been the owner of the company yourself now?
Yeah, so I bought it in April 1st of this
2022.
year.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay. Have you ever done a Segway tour before you became a tour guide?
No.
Okay. I haven't either. And I'm just going to put it out there, Tyler. You see these Segway tours around town. You always think, oh, those tourists, going on them. You feel like you look ridiculous. You and I went on a tour, and I had the best freaking time with you. They are so fun. So they look dangerous. They look difficult. And I think that's part of the reason I was like, I don't know about this. They're not. Once you give us a great tour of how to work it before we get on, you make us do a little obstacle course going in and out. So tell me, what do you get with the Scottsdale Segway Tour?
Yeah, for sure. First is and foremost is training. That's what everybody is concerned about, rightfully so. So our number one concern is safety and that riders are comfortable. So We start in a massive parking lot, which is very difficult to find in Scottsdale, by the way. But yeah, we've worked that out. So you get a huge controlled environment, and you get one-on-one training with your tour guide. So it's not a video, it's not anything like that. And you get practice time on your own as well. So once you're comfortable operating the Segway, that's when everybody kind of relaxes a little bit, and then the fun can begin when we head out. So
it really is like it. I mean, I'm laughing because I just remember how I felt like, great, I'm going to be the idiot. I'm going to fall on my butt. I'm going to fall forward and break my face or something like that. It's not. It really is. You do a great job of explaining how to do. It's just your feet weight, basically. You go back and forth. It's not difficult to do. And you do have a lot of fun zooming around town. It's a really easy way to get around on the sidewalks. And most importantly to me, I learned so much about Scottsdale. So as a person that started off as a tour guide to now an owner, what kind of training do you do to learn everything that you teach us about on these tours?
Yeah, there is a lot to learn for new tour guides in Scottsdale for sure. We go through a very in-depth training program. Before you ever take your first live tour, you've worked with us for 2 months typically.
Wow.
Practicing, taking tests and quizzes, working on your persona as well. Even if you know the information, it still takes time to become super social. You got to get out of your shell. You have to direct people, instruct people. So there's a lot of communication skills that you have to either have or learn very quickly to be a tour guide. But we've worked with the city of Scottsdale and a lot of the other small businesses around to make sure that our facts are historically accurate and cross-checked information across all channels. So that way we're providing the best experience possible from a local who's lived here their whole lives. I can guarantee you they will learn something on the tour, to obviously someone who's visiting where there's just so much to do. It can seem overwhelming. In an hour and a half, you can really see everything that Scottsdale has to offer. And when you take our tour, you get so many recommendations. So it's great to take those in the beginning of your tour so you can plan out the rest of your trip, because there is definitely not a shortage of things to do in Scottsdale.
Listen, I've been here longer than you. I've only been here about 3.5 years, but every stop that you and I went on, I learned something that I did not know. So tell me a little bit about the tour that we take, some of the places we hit up, and I want to learn from you. What was something really neat that you learned as a tour guide that you may not have known before?
Yeah, one of which was the dining scene here in Scottsdale. That was a shock to me. So we have more restaurants per capita than Los Angeles and New York combined. That's crazy.
I didn't know combined. Dang.
Combined. So well over 1,100 restaurants just in Scottsdale, which really isn't very big in the grand scheme of things. But the dining scene has been fantastic. And one of the best parts of this job is you got to try the restaurants, you know what I mean? So you're not going to recommend a place you've never been. So, it's an excuse to go eat out, probably too much. But I've really enjoyed all the different dining experiences just in Old Town Scottsdale alone and on the outskirts as well. But for someone coming in, a 2-hour Segway tour is what we offer. They're offered 3 or 4 times a day, depending on the season. That's going to give you all of downtown Scottsdale. So it can be confused that Old Town Scottsdale is downtown Scottsdale, which isn't true. So Old Town is a very small area that was built in the 1930s when Scottsdale wasn't even a town yet. It's called Orangedale originally. So you go through there and you get to learn about the Western culture that the city has done a very good job of keeping true to its colors there throughout. And then you go in through the Scottsdale Art Walk, which is gorgeous. You'll see tens of millions of dollars worth of public art pieces all over.
Some of those that we see all the time walking around, we have no idea what they are and stop to read or whatever. And what I learned from that with you, too, is that even the things that we stopped to read, you added so much additional information to it that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
Totally. And some of that has grown over time, one of which is we had an artist, Curtis Pittman, take the tour. So
that's cool. cool.
Yeah, we were, presenting the piece, but he gave us, the backstory to the building of it and what went into it and what was going through his mind as he created that piece called Diamond Bloom that we saw on the tour. So, it's a process, and we're always learning. There's so much history and things going on in Scottsdale, especially through the art walk, that it's just been a fantastic experience. People fall in love with it that don't even really care about art or don't think that they do. And it's something that it's just way too easy to walk past and, okay, there's that thing on the corner, right?
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah, so that's been a lot of fun, and the locals, can't tell you how many times I've driven by that thing a million times and I never knew. And so it's awesome. It's awesome.
You really do learn so much. All right, you're called Scottsdale Segway Tours, but you're not just Segways. You have Phat Tire Scooters and golf carts as well. So tell me about all the other things that you offer for us here to learn about.
Yeah, so we are actually the world's only authorized Phat tour operator. So
nice.
Yeah, Phat Rides is the company, and they make these awesome scooters, and
they are fun. Again, I got to ride it. Thank you for that.
Yes, of course, they're a blast. And they're manufactured right here in Phoenix. These are American made. They're super quality, and they are a lot of fun.
Look at that, small business supporting another small business.
Absolutely, and it's been crucial to our expansion and our growth. Segways are actually discontinued in 2020. They stopped production. So I was in a situation where, wow, I own a business where our entire branding is discontinued, basically. So had to, work out that relationship. So glad that it worked out. Phat Rides is a fantastic company. Tim Moran, the CEO, is a great person in general, but has created a great product. And I think that we'll see these scooters go all over the U.S. for tours and just for general getting around and owning one. But as an authorized tour operator here in Scottsdale, it's been fantastic for us. We've been able to create a 2.5-hour tour that actually encompasses Scottsdale, Phoenix, and Tempe in one tour.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So 2.5 hours of your day, you've seen the top 10 most photographed areas in the entire valley.
Wow.
Which is fantastic. Tempe Town Lake, the Botanical Gardens, the Phoenix Zoo, Old Town Scottsdale, all of those things are on this tour, and without the Phat Cruisers, we wouldn't be able to offer that tour.
Absolutely not. I'm not driving that or walking that. One thing that I learned about the Phat Cruisers is too that you can just rent them to get around. You don't even have to take a tour for them.
Yeah, you don't have to take a tour. You can see Scottsdale at your own pace. And as the locals know, it gets very busy
very
in
crowded.
Old Town. Parking,
cannot park. Yeah,
parking's a nightmare. So yeah, that's half the fun of the scooters, especially on the rentals. Is they're affordable, so you have the time to go out to eat and relax and enjoy and spend a full day in Old Town with a scooter, and you don't have to worry about parking or anything like that. And they're small enough to where you still get on the bike trails and all the places you can't get with a vehicle to go look at all the art pieces and that kind of thing. So it's very great. And whether you want the guided tour and all the information, or you just want to ride a scooter and hang out in Old Town, either option is a whole lot of fun.
They're so fun. I love it. Now, you can go on our YouTube channel and see more of the videos of me taking the Segway tour and the Phat Tire Scooter tour, but we also have golf cart rides. Now, this is a little bit extra, too, because you'll do golf cart rides around the city as well, right, for any of those that may not feel safe on the Segway or the scooter.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the things that an issue that I saw initially was, we have no other options for those that want a tour, but they don't want to learn how to ride something.
Right. Even for me, I'm thinking like my parents or my grandparents that come to town to visit, like they would be so interested in that, but I don't want my 90-year-old grandmother on a Segway personally.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, even me taking my mother, it was an extra set of caution, right? For sure. So, we want people to be comfortable on the tour. So that's our main thing. So the golf cart initially is just a great way to, again, experience all of Scottsdale, learn the history, see the beautiful art. while completely stress-free, which
Yeah,
is fantastic.
the best.
You're just riding around in a golf cart. And
Sunset rides too, I hear?
yes, we do sunset rides. So those are offered daily. So one of the great things about the golf cart being offered daily is that it's available to where if you do take a Segway tour and maybe you're just not feeling comfortable on the Segway, the golf cart is sitting right there for you.
And you can finish it up that way.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's great. But also the customized part of it is we can pick you up from your resort, take you to our facility, take the tour, drop you back off. So that's a lot of fun as well, along with bar crawls, things like that, where you can't be operating a Segway or
Absolutely.
something like that. We do a wine tour. We do tequila tastings, beer crawls. So it's great to be able to get someone with the local knowledge of Scottsdale and let them give you an adventure.
I love that because you really do offer something to every age and demographic, even if it's taking a tour with families or something like that, get on the golf cart ride, whatever it may be.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of fun. They're lifted, LED lights, sound system, mud tires,
They
the
are
whole
pretty
shebang.
sweet.
So it's not just your mope around on a golf cart. They're a lot of fun, and I have to give credit to our fantastic tour guides that work super hard day in and day out to not only make sure that everyone has a safe experience, but a memorable one as well. And that has completely led to our success. We've had over 5,000 five-star reviews across the board. TripAdvisor has ranked us in the top 1% of tour operators worldwide. And I do not take credit for that. That goes to our fantastic tour guides who not only know the information and are very knowledgeable, but they know how to make lasting memories forever.
They do. I literally have a lasting memory of that day. And again, I was a person that was kind of like hesitant. I don't know. What is this going to do? Am I going to look like an idiot? And I learned so much. I keep saying that, but I had so much fun. Tyler, like you were saying, there is something for everyone. So where can we find you to go have fun in Scottsdale?
Absolutely. One, very easy. You can call us. 855-734-8687,
Okay.
Which also happens to be 855-SEG Tour.
Got it.
I can never figure out how to do those. So, but also ScottsdaleSegwayTours.com is a great way. You can also reach us on social, Instagram, and Facebook as well.
And we'll have all the information of this in the description of this episode. One of my favorite questions I always leave with for every episode, what is your favorite Scottsdale vibe? And it can't be the restaurant scene because you've already said that earlier. Or maybe something that you've learned that you didn't expect to know about Scottsdale. Which one?
Yeah, one of which that we've had a lot of fun with is Scottsdale is now ranked the #1 city in the country for bachelorette parties.
Ooh, that's perfect. Right up your alley.
Yes, so it's worked out, but yeah, so we've taken that from Nashville, and I think that the younger generation is really starting to find Scottsdale as the place to be. It really is. It's right in between your Las Vegas and also just your resort style, relax, spend some time at the pool, enjoy the sun. So
very true.
That's one thing that's a lot of fun about Scottsdale, seeing all the bachelorettes out having a good time, and bachelors too. So that's definitely a vibe that's fun to be a part of.
I love that. Well, listen, I'm not one to really promote products or businesses that I don't fall in love with myself. And I'm not joking. I've said it 3 or 4 times this episode alone. I really had such a fun day. And not only did I have fun, I learned so much. I loved learning from you about the art pieces around town. I loved learning about the names of them and how they came about. I didn't know that Rusty Spur Saloon still had the vault in there with the wine and beer. So much things that there is to learn about the city that we all love and cherish. And I think it's not just made for visitors and guests. It's absolutely made for us here locals as well.
Yeah, the locals, like I said, they're typically very surprised at how much fun they have. And we've had locals take our tour 7, 8, 10 times.
They still learn something, right?
Yeah, because they have friends come into town and they know the drill. But what's great with the locals is they have the time to experience all the things that we point out. When you're on a trip, you got 5 days. You can only get so much in, but the locals really do get to take advantage of all of the wealth of information that comes out on the tour, and our Passport to Savings, which is given to every guest who takes the tour, that gives you local discounts all around Scottsdale that we've worked out with all of the local businesses. So in that Passport to Savings, you can save yourself over $5,000 just by using a few of the deals that are in there. If you really used every single one, it's very nice. So locals, come take the tour. I promise you. You'll learn something, you'll enjoy it, and you can tell all your friends about it.
That is so true. So next time family and friends come in town and you want to learn more about Scottsdale, there really is only one place to go, and that's Scottsdale Segway Tours. Go check out our YouTube channel at Scottsdale Vibes Podcast to see more of our tour with Tyler, as well as his channels on social media that he was talking about. All of this will be listed in the description of this episode. Tyler, I'm not even going to say best of luck, because Scottsdale Segway Tours is already at the top of the line, so I can only imagine how you're going to go up from here. But thank you for always being here. And number one, thank you for teaching Scottsdale what we love most about Scottsdale.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me on this podcast. I enjoy watching it. And Alicia, you're absolutely fantastic. And come out on our tour anytime.
I will. I'm definitely going to bring my friends next time they come in town. No lie.
You should.
Have a wonderful week, Scottsdale. Keep vibing and go and support your small businesses.